Hello, we're going down to Yeovil, and I'm with my good friend Paul Kennedy in his Mercedes. What car is this then, Paul?
It's a C-Class.
Why did you choose a C-Class? Why didn't you buy something bigger?
Well, I've got an ML350 as well.
Ah, and why are we not in that then?
The wife's got it, the kids.
Okay, now who wears the trousers in your house?
The wife. She may see this.
So you're a bit of a Merc fan?
Yeah, I have been Audi in the past. Before I had the 350, I had a Q7 and an A4. These are two cars. And then my wife felt the Q7 was too big, so we got an ML350. And then when my 4 came to be renewed, I decided to get a Merc.
Alright, so Merc man, and your next car, same thing?
Don't know. I like the new Q7 actually, but don't know. I won't be changing for a couple of years. So.
And how's this one been?
All right. It's really quite sad. I use it to go to the station, which is I used to use it to go to the station about a mile away. So each day, so it doesn't really get a run. So today at Yeovil, we'll test it a little bit.
So it's diesel, yeah?
Yeah, diesel. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, I'll show you more about this car a bit later, but in the meantime, onwards to Yeovil. Right, Paul, we're on our Bald Men in Cars channel, but we're going to football, and we cannot deny that Yeovil versus Stevenage could be the crunch match of the season. Stevenage decimated by injuries. Yeovil need 1 point to mathematically make sure they stay in the league. Stevenage really, I would argue, need 4
points out of the last 2 games.
How do you think? What's your prediction? How do you think it's going to go?
I think it's going to be a very close game. I would say odd goal in it. I have this awful feeling we may be 1-0 down and chasing the game.
When you say odd goal, do you mean 1 in 5 rather than it bounced off a seagull or something? It goes in.
I reckon if I had to put money on it, I'd put a 2. Well, if I had to put money on a Stevenage result, I'd put it as 2-1. Coming down from 1-0 down. Generally, just result, I have to say 1-0 Yeovil.
What would you be doing team-wise then, bearing in mind we have got all these absentees through injury? Gordon being a big miss, I think. Yeah. Schumacher was out in the last game, but hopefully back today.
I reckon if we assume that he's only got the same squad available as he had the last game, I'd probably put King up front and go 3 at the back.
Ah, that's radical, King.
I just don't think Heinz is going to do it. It's a big pressure for a young kid. What
about moving Cozy and Claire up as a forward? Because he didn't even feature, he was on the bench last week.
Could do. I guess the thing is, the more changes you make to the structure, the harder it's going to be to get the result.
I guess the other thing is, what about Jones in goal as well? Because he obviously came back after injury, but Day had stepped in and Day covered that fantastic run we had. And it was, to be honest, pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think what I would have probably done is kept Day as a goalkeeper right to the end of the season, and then pre-season got Jones back in. I guess the problem is Jones is up for contracts up.
Yeah, that's true.
I assume that the manager was worried that if he didn't play him, that he would go in the post-season.
Well, my big worry was we played the youth players and the young lonely Heinz last week, and I'm sure they'll be brilliant in the future, but at the moment it's not really their time.
Yeah, I think it's the young kids, and I just think that Saul showing his inexperience as a manager, you can't blood kids in games we've got to win. And I think that proved it last week.
I'm going to go for my final prediction. Then I'm going to go for a cheeky 1-0 away win with a normal, terrible situation where we have no idea what's happening, and we're not enjoying any of it at all, and we get some fluky goal. So that'll be my first prediction. My second one will probably be similar to you, a 2-1. But I'm going for a win because I'm going to be positive, and I've got my lucky pants on as well. So
too much information.
Yeah, too much information. Okay. We'll see what the other. Who we're meeting? Sorry, I forgot to say. Who are we meeting?
So down there we're meeting John Woods, who's been a season ticket holder longer than I have, and I'm on my 26th year. And a guy called Joe Quinn, that for many years was a season ticket holder, but is a bit of a lapsed fan these days.
But we can we'll reabsorb him into the fold.
Oh, mentioned.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If we do it, but the other results, I mean, a win today and the other results going away could do it, couldn't they?
Yeah, if we win today, then we'll be 4 points clear. Whatever happens, we'll be 4 points clear of people below us. So then, in theory,
is that true? So we're not on the same points as anyone else.
No, we're 1 point ahead.
Right. So yeah. So if we win,
we're 4 points ahead.
Which means that's it then, isn't it?
Ah, shut up.
What's that?
I'm getting a bit. I wondered when I was going. As you do. Yeah, 1 point ahead. So we're going to we'll be 4 points ahead, won't we?
Yeah. Which means that even if we lose,
that's right. No, it isn't. Because if someone else wins, if we win and they win, they'll still be 1 point ahead, won't we?
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah, that's not right.
Which means we'd have to win again. So actually, it could be 2 victories that we need.
Yeah, we need to win, and hopefully people below us don't. If they draw, they're going to be what?
Why do people do that? I mean, I know. Why do people
I now put his fog light on. He's really fucking bright.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. And the other thing is, it's people's lives for a bit of driving. I mean, why would you risk your life for someone else's life for some imagined slight when you're driving? It's hardly worth, you know.
I literally wandered over the white line for about a nanosecond. What a cock.
Yeah, total cock.
Right, we'll get on the M3 and then we'll stop and get a coffee, yeah?
What's your favourite road to wander on? Which is, do you prefer wandering on motorways or country lanes?
Well, as you see, there's loads of country lanes near me.
See, this is the thing. If you
last night, right, I was driving literally about half a mile from where I live, just trying to charge the bloody battery up. 2 fucking badgers across the road. Not
2
boxes,
badgers?
Badgers, yeah.
Was it like a badger convention or something?
Yeah.
Going on with them. Oh, you sure they were badger, or were they really small burgers? They've got those little masks on, haven't they? You didn't run them over though, did you?
Fucking jammed the anchors on them to a sliding stop. Thinking, please don't stall.
You're a badger. Badgers, yeah, I mean, yeah, but they build these huge dens, don't they?
Yeah, they really get underneath.
Yeah, they could take their foundations down.
Well, he had a lot of problems with the props and everything. He had for right.
Yeah, sorry, I was pointing at him. Because we could wander around there as well. We could go up behind him and just a big wander.
What a cop, though.
Yeah, he was, yeah. And his lights aren't working either. It's just really mad.
It's getting a bit dark now, isn't it? It's all sunny where we're in.
I know, we're going, yeah, we're northerners to them. But it's going to be, they said the weather's going to be okay and it'll be sunny this afternoon. So that's fine.
So sunglasses, because they're prescription sunglasses.
Yeah,
so
same here. Reactor things. Stonehenge. Last night we had the opportunity to watch the big fight between 2 very tall men. Both were sweating profusely and wearing shiny shorts, and then proceeded to batter each other. There was a big fireworks display, and really that was probably one of the highlights of the event. But certainly seeing 2 big men, as I say, glistening under the lights. I know that Paul certainly enjoyed that aspect of it. So what did you make of the big fight?
Yeah, one guy won and one guy lost, really.
And are we sure which was which?
No, not really. It was. Boxing's not my game, right? But I have to say that it was explosive.
Is boxing a game or a sport?
No, it's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah, it's not a sport.
Okay.
Sport in my eyes has to be a team affair.
Ah. So if boxing were to have multiple opponents,
Then it'd be a sport.
4 or 5 boxers at the time, kind of like gang warfare.
I think they have that in Tottenhm, don't they?
Yeah, Tottenham modern take on boxing. Yeah, that will be the what would be the Queensbury rules? What would it be? It would be the I don't know, the Tottenham rules. So, any highlights of our weekend away other than the food and the drink?
Oh, the company, of course.
Oh, the company. The company was the company. Yeah, it was adequate.
The nice pints of Guinness that I managed to consume.
Yeah. And did it manage to stay? Did your insides remain pretty?
Yeah, they did actually. They did actually. Yeah, fairly firm.
They're firm.
Yeah.
So you're quite pleased.
I'm very, very pleased.
No, you didn't.
Mind you, we were quite lightweights, weren't we? We had 4 pints over the whole day.
4 pints.
That is it.
Yeah, 4 pints between 4 of us as well. To be over 2 days.
So that really is quite shockingly bad, really, isn't it?
I was surprised you drank out of a straw. I've never seen Guinness drunk like that. Is there any reason for that methodology? It makes it last longer, doesn't it?
It's cheaper.
It is cheaper, and the sticky bits, it filters out the sticky bits. And today we had viewers. We had a really big. It was called the Olympic breakfast.
Nothing finer than a little chef Olympic breakfast.
It was Little Chef. It wasn't a little breakfast though. There's been some really interesting things about this weekend. Mostly, I've come away with a lot less money than I had when I came out. But not everyone did. Certainly, one of our companions, Joe, left with a massive tip for breakfast, which was at the excess from the whip round. But we don't mind that. That's cool. No, that's fine. Criminal genius. And Paul himself has certainly got enough to build his extension because of all of that. We stayed in a travel lodge, cheap and cheerful, a little bit mucky. My bathroom was, but that was after I'd been. But it was all right beforehand. And how did you find your room?
Functional is the word I'd use. Functional.
And down the corridor, was it?
Yeah, down the corridor.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, next week, important game. It will decide whether we get into the playoffs or not. Well, not wholly, but we need to win. So yeah, bit of a shame we didn't win. However, great company, few beers, lots of laughs, good for the soul.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week is a worry, the football. You worked it out what we need to do as a team. When I say we, I'm not actually playing, but I will be watching. There's our person. There's our companion. I'm going to interrupt this interview by taking this off, turning it down, and filming.
Shall I go past it?
Yeah.
Jola Taxi.
It's Jola Taxi with his personalised number plate. These are our 2 companions who shared bedrooms together. There they go. Signing out for now.